All right, we're on Turnberry and just parked. So the unit that's for sale is kind of right there. And I'm in guest parking over here. So it's not a long walk. And there might be some visitor parking even closer. Like this looks like it might be visitor parking. I try and keep an eye out for that sort of thing when I'm looking at a townhouse because I know if you have a guest, you want to know where they're going to be able to park. So it looks like this is visitor parking here also. And they're doing some landscaping work right now, but this is a beautiful neighborhood with beautiful brick townhouses and these gorgeous windows. And I can't wait to see this one. So let's see here. Can kind of look around. It's a beautiful day in Virginia. So just to give you a little feel for the neighborhood. And we'll head on in. Okay, so we just got in the property. You have this really lovely glass door here with that arched window up there. And you could put some frosted glass kind of sticker, it's not a classy word, but they make a nice product that you could put over it if you wanted a bit more privacy. But this is beautiful. I can tell already this one's going to be really nice. So here, right off the front door is the powder room. Nice light fixture, granite countertops here, pretty contemporary. That's a very classic vanity. This beautiful tile floor here, standard toilet. But yeah, nice looking powder room. And this is a really wide staircase. It feels very like luxurious. So this is hardwood floor here. And it is a classic color, I would say. It's not yellow, it's not orange. It's kind of like a standard oak color, I would say. So huge dining space here. This is the first kind of big room you see when you walk in, right? So we saw the stairs. Let's check out the coat closet. And then the kitchen is off the other direction, which we'll check out in a minute. But nice coat closet there. This big space here. So, here's your dining space. And then you would take one step down into the living room. But this is a very large space here. It's very wide. And these windows look great. So nice looking windows here. Nice looking shades up there. Those aren't even like the cheap ones. And these are double hung windows, so you can open from, from top or bottom. I don't see a screen in this one, so that's a bummer. But they do have windows. So here we go here. And we have some probably floor outlets if you were to have a lamp or something there, but beautiful space here. And you could definitely put some kind of buffet cabinet or something, not super deep, but if you needed extra dining room storage or linen storage. So through here we have the kitchen. And they have this really pretty, I think this is brown fantasy granite. Very nice choice here. Let's see. So we have pantry space, dishwasher, good sized sink there, pull out drawers in the pantry, which is always really nice. These are a little harder to use when they're that high, but it's the thought that counts, right? So here we go. Here's a lazy Susan probably in here. Let's check it out. Oh, yes. Oh, nice. You just kind of spin it all the way around. So those are awesome for bigger stuff. Countertop is in really good condition. They did a pretty good job with the seam here. It's never perfect, but looks pretty good. Electric range, nice hood vent there. Now let me just put that back. Okay. So here we have nice drawers. These are high quality cabinets. These are not cheap kitchen cabinets. They look nice. The red floor, that's a little bit weird. I don't know that really matches the rest of the vibe, but otherwise looks good. And you could floor over that if you wanted to. Fridge here, two lovely windows. You could also get a larger fridge or put a cabinet over there. So here's the kitchen. Over here, rice cooker, bread maker, coffee station, whatever you want. Beautiful frosted glass cabinets here if you have pretty glassware. So very lovely. Tall cabinets. This is a beautiful kitchen. All right, so let's go upstairs and then we'll go downstairs. So here's kind of what the entryway looks like from up here. And this brings in so much light in this space. It's really nice. So we're going to continue on. These are also hardwood stairs. Nice handrail here. The paint condition in this property is above average, I would say. I don't think it was painted last week or anything, but it definitely doesn't look beat up. So we come up the stairs. First, we're going to go right. We're going to go down this hallway. This is an attic access. You could kind of tie that up somewhere so it wasn't dangling. So here we see the primary with these spectacular windows. And if you were to, I'm not going to like lay all over the bed, but once you woke up, you know, from bed, you would see approximately this view right here. So you'd see the top of the trees, which is really nice. In here, we have two big closets. So lots of storage space in here. And then I'm assuming this other one's the same, but we'll check it out real quick just to make sure. And that's a huge dresser. That is a queen size bed. You definitely would have room for a king there. And a ceiling fan. The fan is a bit dated. Those are easy to change. $150 from Home Depot. Here we go. So these are both her closets. I always get a kick out of that. Yeah, these windows are gorgeous, and they have the fancy blinds that can go up or down, which is nice too. So through here, we have the primary bathroom, and you have this beautiful, enormous vanity here with the 3 mirrors. So this is lovely. There's a ton of storage in here. This is the granite countertop. This is the same vanity and counter that was in that powder room downstairs. So nice Toto toilet and beautiful tubs around here. This does appear to be a jetted tub. This is really nice. So this bathroom was redone probably not too long ago, and it has a nice kind of contemporary feel. This is a wood look ceramic tile. It's not a vinyl. Well, actually, maybe it is. Oh, I take it back. It is a vinyl. Sorry about that. Yeah, it is not a ceramic tile. It's a vinyl. But here we go. Here's the shower. So really pretty shower in here. This is the same tile that's in the bathtubs around. And then you have 2 niches. Drain looks pretty good. The grout looks like it's in good condition. I don't see any cracked or concave tiles or anything to suggest that it was poorly installed. Looks like you have a towel bar right there. So nice glass door there. All right, so we will head out of the primary down to the other wing where we have this guest bathroom here. So bathtub, similar, same tile here. This is a sliding glass door, so these are nice. Don't have to worry about water getting out if your kids are showering with a shower curtain. There's not as many splashes in the shower. Standard toilet. Same vanity. The cohesion of the vanity throughout the property is really nice. And then we have, this is a good sized room in here. So nice, big, beautiful window there. This has pretty good sized closet. The carpet in this room is pristine. So, and this is a nice quality carpet. This isn't, you know, basement grade carpet. So I don't see any stains. I don't smell any smells or any like cats or, you know, anything gross. So lots of room in here. Obviously, if you didn't have these bookshelves, you'd have more room. I would say this room would easily support a full-size bed, a dresser, and a desk. It would support a queen-size bed and some nightstands if it were going to be a guest room. For a kid's room, you could easily accommodate a full-size bed and then some kid things like that. So here's our little linen closet. Very nice. And here is another bedroom. This one is about the same size, I would say. I don't know, it might be like a foot smaller, but only marginally. And honestly, I'm not sure. It's hard with those big bookshelves. This is a great sized kid or guest room here. So that is a very large dresser and, you know, the futon. So they likely use it as a short-term guest room. Nice closet in here. So there's a lot of closet space. There's a lot of natural light in this property. I see a lot of townhouses, and I will say that this one has more natural light than most of them do. So if that's something that's important to you, this one is a winner so far. So now let's head downstairs. So when you come up the stairs here, hallway bath, 2 kid/guest bedrooms. There's the linen closet. And then there's the primary suite in there. So we'll come back down, and that's the coat closet right there. So, and then again, the powder room is here. Kitchen. Beautiful dining space, open to the living room here. These floors are really nice. So then we will come down the stairs, and you could have put a child gate here if you had, a young child, or an animal that you didn't want to go downstairs. So we will continue down. These are more wood stairs. Very nice. Great color. This color will last forever. And once we get down to the basement, wow, there's a ton of space down here. Let's check it out. So here we have some utilities, and then we have a lot of space under that beautiful front entry staircase. So let's see if we can see when this was manufactured. Here, I'm going to pause for a second. Oh, wait, here it is. February of 2023. So that's pretty recently. That's great. There is an air scrubber kind of filter on the HVAC. Obviously, people getting ready to move in here. There's a ton of storage in this space here. You could build in some shelves. Down here, we have another bedroom. So this doesn't feel like a basement bedroom, right? Because that's daylight right there. So it doesn't have those tiny little basement windows. This is a lovely space in here. The floor is nice. This light fixture, yeah, it's a bit dated, but it's fine. And we have, okay, that's cute. We'll check that in a second. This must be the closet. So nice closet space in here, same size as the other ones upstairs. So this bathroom connects to the hallway or to this bedroom. So that's nice. And in here, this tile is kind of a brown. It's a slightly reddish brown. It's not an obnoxious like reddish brown. It's a nice color. You could paint it or glaze it if you wanted to, but it's fine. That's a nice looking bathtub. The hardware matches nicely. Updated mirror, light. This is a beautiful basement bathroom. It looks great. So we'll keep going here. And the ceilings are high down here. Like this doesn't feel like a basement for what that's worth. So we have the laundry closet here. Let me back up so you can see it. So great space in here. It's a full-size washer and dryer and some shelves and whatnot. And then over here, we have another big closet here. So this kind of goes underneath that other set of stairs. So they have, like a smaller fridge here and then some kind of backup pantry, dining room storage. So great use of space there. And then this is a nice sized rec room down here. So let's see, we have mini bar with a sink. This is a granite countertop. These are slightly more dated, kind of more vintage cabinets down here. But everything else looks really nice. The molding is nice. There's a lot of space down here. So that's access to outside fireplace. They're using it as a workout room. Obviously, this could also be a movie room or a family room, whatever. So here we have the electrical panel. Let's take a look. So it's a little bit older. It's not super old. There's not a lot of room on it. So if you wanted to add, some things, you don't have a ton of room on the panel, but I don't know that you would need to add a ton of things. So that's probably fine. Nice windows down here. Let's take a peek outside. So you have a French door here, but both doors open independently. So that's nice. And then well, maybe it might lock from down there. Okay, well, never mind. I'm sure this door opens too. I'm just having a hard time at this moment. So back here we have this lovely patio area. I don't have my shoes on, so I'm not going to go out right now, but it looks really nice. So it looks like there's kind of there's a playground. I can see it, if you can see it right there. So you'd go out this fence, and I'm not sure how you'd get there, but this looks like a basketball court or maybe some tennis courts right here. So you're near kind of communal fitness, which is great. Okay, so more view of the rec room. Yeah, and again, with these windows and the doors, this, it's kind of like a basement because you come down from the main level, but it doesn't feel like a basement at all. So great space. So just to recap, washer, dryer, bedroom, bathroom, full bathroom, cool closet under the stairs. And then we will come back up here. So you would have like glutes of steel in this house with all these stairs. It's a beautiful property.